Welcome to Roawyn's At a Loss for Words episode 5.5. Today is a bonus episode. I haven't been able to make a new episode lately because of time constraints, so I just wanted to give you folks an extra bonus episode. It's chat time with Veronica.
Should have brought something to read.
Ouch! That wasn't very nice, Veronica.
What's up?
You wounded me. I guess she's not very excited for chat time with Veronica.
Just standing around was getting exciting.
You know, Veronica, these nice people showed up to learn a little about you today, and you're not being very nice about it.
Am I punching too much? I get carried away.
Just don't punch me or any of these nice folks.
More punching.
Pay attention, Veronica. I said
you mean
no
like
punching
this
right
melee
now.
weapon right here in my hand at this very second?
All right, maybe we better change the subject, Veronica.
Shake things up a little.
You know, Veronica, I'm starting to think you're kind of a violent
Does jumping at them with my fists count as ranged? Fine.
Yeah, we should teach you the Kamehameha.
Yes! Finally! Everything is coming up, Veronica.
Oh, you'd like to learn that, wouldn't you? Ancient martial arts secret, though. Before I put any more destructive thoughts into her head, let's move on.
Or a future Veronica who is not already doing that?
Whoa, excuse me. I didn't know we already moved on to a new topic.
Beats wait until they shoot me first.
You know, Veronica, maybe we should talk about us. Our relationship. We've been adventuring for a while now.
What a coincidence. I've been doing that all this time.
Oh, really? Well, then, Veronica, I just wanted to say that maybe after all this is over...
What are you saying exactly?
We can... Well, maybe we could date.
This is as close as I get until you turn into a leggy brunette.
Oh, rejected!
See? I'm good at stuff.
Yeah, you're good at breaking my heart. Ouch.
They'll never see the haymakers coming.
Well, I never saw the self-esteem crushing rejection coming. Ouch.
I'm sorry, I get distracted. Been scavenging too long.
No, Veronica, you're not very good at focusing on our current topic. Don't tell Veronica this, but I'm starting to think she gets distracted really easily.
Step into my office.
What office? Veronica, I think
You're making me carry the heavy
we
stuff,
should
aren't
get
you?
your head examined. Well, Veronica, maybe we should talk about
You're making
you.
me carry the
what
heavy
you
stuff,
like.
aren't you?
No, Veronica, pay attention. We're talking about you, what you like to do. Veronica, you're frustrating.
What is this, the hokey pokey?
You know, Veronica, I'm starting to think you're doing this just to irritate me.
Why does everyone always say that?
Probably because you're hard to talk to. Well, come on, Veronica.
He was dead when I got there.
Do I even want to know?
It pays like ass, but it's hard to get other work with my skill set. What do you want to know?
Well, tell me a little bit about the Brotherhood.
Good question. These days, it's hard to say. Once upon a time, it was about technology, controlling it so it couldn't destroy us again. Energy weapons and power armor are usually tops on our list, although I appreciate anything that's vintage. But that all seems so limited now. We haven't grown or adapted, and now we're stuck in a hole, not carrying out our mission.
How could I join the Brotherhood?
More sexual favors than I can even count. I am still tired from it.
Okay, never mind
actually,
on the
you're
Brotherhood.
Born into it. My parents, their parents, so on. When you're young, you can choose to leave, but it's home, so most people don't. We don't take on new members, really. You can do the math on our long-term prospects based on that point. I keep hoping we'll change that.
So, what is it you even do, Veronica?
I'm a procurement specialist. Like I said, it's basically grocery shopping, except sometimes the groceries are scavenged parts and arcane technology. The elder who brought us to the Mojave, Father Elijah, usually had me looking for these old memory units, but he'd never tell me what they were for. Nowadays, I'm usually sent to do business with traders at places like the 188, but sometimes I think it's just to keep me out of everyone's hair.
So, is it pretty fun being in the Brotherhood?
I know sometimes I sound like I don't. I know. But there's something that still rings true to me about our code. There's an honor to it. We're protecting people. Even if it's from themselves. It's a good cause. We just lose sight of the big picture sometimes. Treat all our practices with the same sacredness.
Anything else I should know about the Brotherhood? Any other juicy bits of intel?
The Codex. If it's in there, we have to abide it. If it's not important. It documents our history, too. Part of what scribes like me do is update it. I wonder... Nah, They'd probably catch it if I rewrote the Founder's axioms.
Ooh, you're mischievous, Veronica. I like that.
No. We only protect people from themselves, and only in the sense that we don't let them have the really good pre-war toys. And sometimes it's more like we protect ourselves from them and hope to outlive them and become humanity's sole heirs. We've had people go rogue, though, and start helping people. One chapter had a small civil war over it. We take our isolationism seriously.
Oh, man. I want the good pre-war
He was our elder
toys.
when we came east. A wizard with technology, really. His mind just worked that way, naturally. I learned a lot from him. But he started having disagreements with the other elders. The Brotherhood's interest is in old technology. He wanted to explore developing new tech. And there were other ways he wanted to push, other weapons, ones with ethics questions attached. Rather than deal with him, they sent him east.
Alright, well, that's enough about the Brotherhood, Veronica. Anything else?
Darn it. I had some spectacular answers coming, too.
What is the meaning of life?
This better not be about the meaning of life.
Well, forget I asked then,
Yep,
Veronica.
it's your typical city layout. Rich people in a gated community surrounded by extreme poverty. House gave the area around the strip to the locals, but he has no interest in it, so he ignores it entirely. It just needs new management. I'd love to see the Brotherhood do it, but since the Codex doesn't say clean up Freeside, no one listens to me. Bunch of sticklers.
Any other enlightening
Well,
topics,
when two
Veronica?
people really love each other, you really don't know this stuff yet?
Yeah, let's, save that
I'm
conversation
worried there'll
for
be the
later.
death of the Brotherhood. They take what they want. We defend our interests to the death. But there's a handful of us and tens or hundreds of thousands of them. So it's not going to end well. Last time we clashed, we lost a lot of people. Retreated to our bunker. Now we're afraid to even move around during the day.
Answer the next question correctly, and you could win a
Ooh,
fabulous
do I get a
prize.
prize if I answer right?
I just told you you'd get a prize if you answered right.
Silliest dressed
Pay
band
attention.
of raping, slaving marauders you'll see east of California. I'll say that. Where's that touch of old world class? Although, I hear the soldiers mount each other as much as they mount their women, so maybe they did keep a little something from the Empire. No such privilege for the women, though. Figures. So, to answer your question, they're a bunch of hypocritical jerkwads. It's a word.
I just looked it up, and it is
I
not
was
a
told we
word,
wouldn't
Veronica.
be tested on this.
Well, you're gonna get tested on your grammar if you keep saying things that aren't actually words.
Let's.
You know what, Veronica? I'm not gonna bore these
What's
fine
up?
folks with a test on grammar. So you're lucky today.
Yeah, screw 'em.
Hey, Veronica, you be nice to our viewers. That is rude
A
and
lifetime
uncalled.
supply of Fancy Lad snack cakes, revenge against my enemies, and world peace. In that order.
So, Veronica, tell me about you. What makes you
I was
tick?
young and I needed the money.
I assume that ties in with he was dead when I got
It's
there.
a free wasteland.
Subject Veronica is prone to violence and has a
I like
history
long walks in the desert
murder.
and candlelit metal workshops.
recommending Subject Veronica to be
I
kept
like
under
punching
supervision.
things, but sometimes shooting things just has to do.
It's okay, Veronica, if you're a violent
Yeah,
psychopath.
I've been taking things apart and putting them back together since before I said my first word. You want to build something? Talk to me, and we can do it right there on the spot. Workbenches are for novices. Who knows? I might even be able to show you a Brotherhood trick or two.
You know, Veronica, even though you terrify me,
My
I'll keep
favorite
you
subject.
around. So, tell me more about your life, Veronica. What else do you do?
Can I make it up?
I'd rather you told me the truth, but
Like what?
okay. Come on, Veronica. These fine folks showed up for sharing
Ooh,
time.
Got any juicy gossip?
No, I do not have any juicy gossip. You're the one supposed to be telling me
I
about
want
yourself.
a dress.
Well, at least we're getting somewhere. Tell me more.
Yeah, a good one. Something elegant and classy, you know? But still stylish. Something that's eye-catching and sexy, but also says, don't fuck with me. I keep hoping I'll come across some old-world designer gown when I'm scavenging, but it never happens. Maybe I should move back to California.
Our dangerous psychopath wants a pretty dress.
Hey, you try getting a date wearing scribe robes. Might as well be wearing sweatpants. I just like them, you know? They make you feel like a woman. Those ladies before the war, they knew what they were doing.
You know, something I've been
Sure.
wondering, Veronica. You mentioned this Father
Ooh, got
Elijah.
something good for me?
I'm really curious to know who he was. I mean, he seems really important to you. So, maybe you could tell me a little bit more about him. Please?
I would say he was my tutor, but that doesn't cover it. After my parents passed, he looked after me. The whole Brotherhood brought me up, really, but he made sure of it. I never had a grandfather, not that I knew, anyway. But Elijah was in some ways what I'd imagine a grandfather to be.
Oh, that's touching. Did you follow him from California?
It was by his request, actually. He cleared it with the other elders. Somehow. They sent him to look into the dam. There was a time when I'd have begged to follow. Watch him at work.
Well, what happened? He sounds like such a nice guy.
For years, he fought with the council. Taught me to question our direction. Meanwhile, he'd become more out of touch than all of them. On our way east, he demanded we stop at Helios 1 to examine it. While we were there, we received word that the NCR had taken the dam. He was furious. Called it children playing with a bomb, but he was mad because we'd lost its power. What we'd use it for. He didn't even care.
Well, it sounds like all the elders would have been pretty peeved off.
They're cautious. When they discover something, they respect it, learn its limits, consider how to preserve it. Used to drive Father Elijah crazy. He liked to learn limits too, but only so he could push them. That's not to excuse the other elders, though. They all covet technology for its own sake. Some are just more fanatical than others.
Did you ever try to help him? Talk some sense into him?
I did. I couldn't help him. He just didn't listen. And the idea that people talk back to him... If he could have made the Brotherhood act like machines, ordering them around with the push of a button, he would have.
Well, he must have taught you well, Veronica.
Elijah could look at an old device and immediately understand what made it work. And he could see its potential, where it fit with other technology. It's not something he could teach, but he tried with me. Some of it stuck. But that's what he taught me. You ask what I learned from him.
Thank you for confusing me, Veronica.
I learned what I don't want to become. In the end, there was just him and his vision. Nothing and no one else.
And so it came to be.
Yeah.
Father Elijah
I miss him.
fell to the dark side of the Force.
I don't know. Last time anyone saw him was in the battle at Helios 1. I wasn't there. He gave orders to hold the plant until it could be reactivated. But he ran out of time. The NCR overran it. Everyone thought he was dead. But I got a note from him at a comm station. That's how he liked to talk, even to me. He wasn't good at face-to-face.
Well, Veronica, don't leave me in suspense.
It was strange. Even for Father Elijah. He's always been unstable, but this was something else. I don't want to say delusional, but I don't know what else to call it. The only thing familiar about it was the signature. He said the Brotherhood was doomed, but that he'd return, save us. But the way he said it, I don't know. Said he'd return with one of the greatest treasures of the old world, make the Mojave like it was meant to be. Wipe the slate clean.
Ooh, that sounds sinister. Yeah, I don't think he's our friend. Well, Veronica, you must have other family besides Father Elijah. Somebody else who cares about you and the Brotherhood. So tell me about them.
Just my parents, but they haven't been around for a long time. Dad was a paladin, Mom was a scribe. They died in the same battle, trying to hold off the NCR from something. I don't remember what it was. Guess it seemed important at the time.
Oh, that's sad, Veronica.
Ever been nosy? I was, once. We were pretty young, but I like to think it was love.
What happened?
She left the Brotherhood. Wanted to put some distance between herself and her parents. Since our membership isn't open to outsiders, some members think that obligates all of us to procreate. You can guess which camp her parents belong to.
I know. They were counselors at Camp Refugi.
No. Couldn't bring myself to leave everyone else behind. Couldn't convince her to stay, either. I'd hoped love would be enough to influence her decision, but it wasn't. We were both too stubborn. I don't know where she is now, but I'm sure she's moved on. I still think about her, though. Once in a while.
We'll find her, Veronica. She's out there, somewhere in the wastes. We will find your lost love.
If you take trying to keep me as far away from Hidden Valley as possible because I ask too many difficult questions as a sign of respect, oh yeah. That's not to say I don't get along with them. I just think they don't know what to do with me sometimes.
Let me help you, Veronica. Is there somewhere I can take you? Somewhere you want to go?
I just know there are a lot of groups who are actually doing well for themselves out here. I want to understand how and why. See them at work.
Well, folks, our episode is drawn to an end. I said at the beginning that this one was going to be a short one, and I apologize for that. But I hope you enjoyed story time with Veronica, and I will see you next time. But wait, before I go, I would like to issue a call to arms. It is a lot of work making these videos, and I would like to keep doing so. But in order to do so, I would like to see my channel grow. Right now, we're a little bit over 10 subscribers, and I challenge you folks to help me get to 25 subscribers. If we can reach 25 subscribers, I will let you folks pick my next big project. I will give you a list of games that I have that I'm interested in doing a series about, and you can tell me which one you'd like to see me play. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and just help my channel grow. If you enjoyed this, tell a friend. I would like my information to get out there to the masses. So, until next time, farewell, and see you soon.